Hi, it's TMP here. Today I will be taking you on a tour of the British Museum and showing you some of the artifacts inside it. This is a restored statue of a Roman youth on horseback, and as you can see, all ancient statues seem to have blank, featureless eyes. Now, this isn't superstition, as many people believe that the artist thought that the statues would come to life and haunt them, but back in the day, the statues were indeed painted with pupils. However, over time, the paint faded and eventually they became featureless and blank. So many people associate the British Museum with, you know, stuff from all over the old British Empire, but there's also a wealth of artifacts from Britain itself. This is a memorial stone with Ogham, which are these notches here. This was used for recording the early Irish language, which was, and these stones were using anti-clockwise. The inscription says, "Stone of Vedak, son of Rob of the Sogain," a people which was a people known from later records. Stones were used as memorials to important people in Western Britain and Ireland during the early medieval period. You know what? I'm very tempted to buy quite a lot of books here. This is a house frontal pole of the Haida tribe from British Columbia, made of red cedar wood. So this pole originally sat in front of the Goose or Bear House on Masset Inlet. Around 1900, Chief Waya of the Haida tribe sold the pole to a British naturalist and doctor. However, members of the modern Haida community find that this pole was sold under duress. We've got another pole. This one is a memorial pole for an important chief. So this is the Enlightenment Gallery. The Enlightenment period was the era in which the British Museum was founded. It was the time when the British Empire grew exponentially and at one point controlled such a ludicrous amount of land that it occupied, I think, a quarter, maybe a third of the world's land area, which is, amazing and pretty scary at the same time. Bear in mind that I'll be skipping some statues because I do not want my video to be demonetized. Though these are technically natural history, the British Museum keeps the illustrations. It's the ivory-billed woodpecker. I actually saw the taxidermy specimens in person at the Natural History Museum, which is coming up on a card right now. And here we have some taxidermied little mammals. Cute, aren't they? Of a fish. Now this is just cool. Oh, this is quite cool. This is some very fine artwork. They had this before, ultra fine plastic pens, and I mean, this quality of work is honestly really impressive. So James Parkinson, who was the doctor that first described Parkinson's disease, was also a naturalist. This as with a lot of ammonites, there's a lot of crystal buildup inside the shell, which is honestly really beautiful. Take a look at it. It's gorgeous. This is certainly a cool cup. And these are some very cool tiles. These were found here in the UK, in Suffolk to be precise. This is an inscription honoring a Roman deity. Funnily enough, the script looks somewhat runic. So, how did people figure out about the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age? Well, this is because people realized that the stone tools were found in the oldest graves and the iron tools in the most recent graves, so we could deduce around the timings of each. And here we've got a load of jewelry. Very cool. Romans were not a religious monolith. Even though most Romans practiced the worship of their normal pantheon of gods, there were also cults which worshipped gods such as Sabazius, and of course, all across the empire, people were permitted to practice their own faiths, provided they stayed loyal to the empire. Here we've got some items from India. This was collected by Major General Charles Stuart. This depicts the Hindu god Vishnu atop a lotus, and this guy was actually a Chad. Instead of just thinking of India as this massive continent to be exploited, he actually appreciated Indian culture. I'm going to make this my WhatsApp profile pic. Wine taster. It was most likely used for weddings. In the center there are two tiny family crests. And this is a German cup. It was used for obviously more of display. Alright, so there are loads of very interesting treasures here. Over here are two statues. This cabinet takes the form of a stage set. It is very finely adorned with miniature statues and the like. It's all very intricate work here. Now this cup is supposed to take the form of a griffin claw. These are two bronze door knockers. Not very practical, to be honest. This is made from a Seychelles nut. This is honestly the biggest nut I've ever seen. These are very intricately painted vases. Very cool. Muskets were most likely used for ceremonial purposes, like wielded by generals, such as well as these swords. The rank and file soldier most likely had standard issue was most likely just a plain wood musket. I mean, the military definitely wouldn't be able to afford such master crafted guns for every soldier in the army. Still, these are awesome. And so yeah, there are loads more, and of course I can't go through every single thing. And thus concludes today's tour of the British Museum. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps the channel out a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. TMP out.